My next major project is this floorboard here. It's pretty rusted out. I got a new patch panel for it, so I think rather than trying to fool around with little final body work and stuff on this door, I'll go ahead and get to some of this more major stuff, like this big rusted out area, and kind of work on that a bit, get my welding done. There's my new striker, brand new one, ought to work good. So I think that's what I'll do, is clean this area up here and cut that carpet out of the way and see what I need to weld there. And then I got to pull the seats and recover them. I got the new covers for them. But this is the last of the welding, and it's kind of a major deal, so I think I'll leave this door and Bondo and fine stuff alone for now. The fender's good enough, and I can get to that, so I might as well do it. Well, of course it was a mess. I knew it was going to be. It's got some kind of hard rubber stuff here that mostly was in one piece. Some of it's still sticking to the thing. Got an inspection cover here. I don't know what that's for, but it looks like it's halfway up into the toe board. Let me get my light out of here. Looks like it had a 90-degree angle on it here, and that was welded into the side, and then it was seam sealed up in the top. So I think that's probably all one piece. So I'm gonna get my patch and put it in here. I think it's supposed to go from the back of the seat to up there on the toe somewhere. I'll throw it in here and see what it looks like. Well, there it's in there. Goes up to firewall about 6 inches. Looks like it's got a right angle on it here to weld into the side. I just laid it on top here. It's got an inspection cover in it. Both of them are in there where they're supposed to be. It looks like it's supposed to weld right onto this lip here. So looks like I got enough. I probably need to cut it right in here somewhere, right around here. I don't need that part. And probably about 6 inches down from that top edge, and I'll take it all the way to the, I think I can butt it into this and just weld it right into the side of this thing. I don't know what I'll do about the back according to that hole. It looks like it might just butt right up against it. So I'll try to mark what I got here on the floor that's good. Lay this in here again make some rough cuts and see what I'm looking at. I started cutting on it and I managed to get that front one across there pretty straight, and there were two plug welds on one side, one on the other. I didn't drill them, and I cut roughly where this is going to go, and this whole floorboard is, you can see all them little dents there, those are plug welds into the frame. So I don't have much luck drilling as a general rule, but there's no way to really try to cut this stuff close to it and chisel them off. I might be able to get my little what do you call it, air cutter thing. Maybe I can blow these out. Because this drilling will be a kind of a nightmare. Yeah, we'll hook it up and see if it'll work. Well, I took the plasma cutter to it. Looks like I chewed it up pretty good, but probably not any worse than I would have done with the drill bit. Looks like I can cut one little piece off and then pound a strip, and go forward a little and get another one. I cut into my side frame support there on top. I'll cut a couple inches off of that back towards the transmission hump and re-weld that and grind it down so it's strong. And of course put a couple plug welds in it right there. But I got the one side mostly off. Looks like there might be something up there in that rusty part. But I can come over here to this side. I can see where my plugs welds are pretty good. So I can just clean them up with a plasma cutter, and then just cut this side piece off here so it's pretty easy to flip up. So press forward, I'll punch that out and then bring it back when it's cut. Well, Mr. Plasma cutter made pretty short work of that. I kind of chewed that subframe up a little, but it did a real good job of cutting the edge out of here, better than I would have done with a cutoff tool, I think. So I don't know exactly how I'll fix it. I think probably the best bet would be to cut like a 2-inch wide piece and just put it right along the top there and weld that in. That would definitely box it, make it a lot stronger. And I'll finish getting the rest of this little rust stuff off of here, and hammer and dolly it kind of flat. I did bend it quite a bit trying to get all that shit off there, but it's off and the floorboard's out. And I think I'll probably instead of trying to drill that plug weld the floor pan. I think I'll just weld it from the bottom. No use trying to drill holes if I don't have to. And I got enough of them there to keep me busy, and I think if I just weld up all them little holes, it'll be plenty strong enough. And looks like I got pretty good metal over here to weld to. Don't know what it looks like up here in front. Still got to cut a lot of stuff out. We'll see. Take another look at my pan and see where it goes. I think it also goes up against the side there, so I can cut the whole piece out of there. Well, go ahead and whack out some more. My little 36 Dodge Brothers pickup's coming here soon. So the guy was loading it up about an hour ago. So I'll get it over there between those two trucks. We got rid of that motorhome. They finally got it out of here, towed it off, so we got a pickup with a trailer coming. We got to turn it around and kind of get it over that way. I'll have to move my car here. Another project I need to finish. I need to paint it. Worked a little bit more on that fuel injection, but meanwhile I just been driving it. This has been kind of a bitch, but there it is, mostly done. This had a groove in it. I had to cut those out, flatten them. I've got it where it fits a hole. It's a little bit too big. Hole's a little too big. I've still got this one little corner I need to cut, and I need to cut this off straight across there somewhere. But then I have to trim this little piece here. It's about 1/8 of an inch too wide. But basically the patch panel's cut. Still need quite a bit more work. Got to cut a square hole there, and got to clean it all up, of course. And this is rusted out back here, so I think I need to replace this piece before I go welding in that panel. I thought I might weld it in and then just cover it, but I can't do that. It's nothing to weld to start with, so I'll probably cut this out somewhere side to side, put about 8 or 10 inches in it. Then I'll be alright. It's got a little bit of a gap in there right now, so I can make it fit the top and make this piece a little bit too big. Anyway, I'm about done. Well, this took some doing. I cut a piece of the seat riser out there, and kind of had to get into it with a plasma cutter here, but I think I got it pretty good. Now I have to cut me a piece to fit this big old hole that I cut in it. That's gonna be fun. I didn't mark it straight, so I get a piece and bend a 90 on it and start whittling. Well, I made me a little patch that fits in here. Got it all whittled out, and looks like it'll be just fine. I can weld that in, and that'll put some strength back into it, and I can move on with cleaning up the rest of this and welding that floor panel in. Anyway, the guy called and says a few minutes away with my little 37 Dodge truck, so we'll get a little video of that. Well, here's the new happy owner of the Harley. I'll put this up on the Facebook page. Bike runs good, sounds good. Try to drive it on there. I don't know, man. It might be interesting. Yeah, well, he made it. Well, here it is. Kind of assembled. Fenders are on. The grill's good. I got both inserts here. It needs to be trimmed to clear that brace. This fender's a little crunched on the bottom is all. Hood looks good. It's not bad. Looks like the mounts they fabricated there for the grill's alright. Don't know about those radiator mounts, but I got 2 running boards. I've got some inside window trim frames. Looks like that's for both of the doors. I found the rest of the floorboard panels, a steering column. All this stuff here is inside window trim, I think. And the back one's in, so I have all the inside window trim. I need to make a top hinge bracket here. Floorboard ain't too bad. There's a gas tank, the original one that goes in it, but that's it over there. It's chewed up. We got a radiator, looks like part of another piece of the running board. I don't know what these are. Inside grill pieces, probably. Got a drive line that's been fabricated to the right length. The other headlight. So, and tailgate, so this bed needs to be sorted out. Running boards need to be fixed, whatever's going on here. Looks like it got the inside window cranks for it. This side here is not bad. It's got some tweaks in it. Little crunch right on the front. So basically, this is the what I got for a project. Looks pretty complete. I'm missing the rear fenders. Of course, it's a lot of work. I found a power steering pump in there, and we've got there's a brake pedal and a new brake booster and master cylinder. It's always a lot of work just to put this together. Roughly where it's supposed to go. I hate to spend a lot of work mounting these fenders and everything when, who knows, somebody I sell it to might just want to strip it all down, but that would be kind of a shame. I think it looks much better as a whole truck. Anyway, that's parts mostly assembled. I got a lot of tin here that I think this is part of the old bed. It's got blue on it. I don't know what all this stuff is, but those sheet metal things there with the louvers in them look like they go on here somewhere. Anyway, that's the project. Traded a Harley for it, so I basically have 3,000 in it. I think I'll get it running and driving half bolted together and get 10 out of it. Well, this is rust converter has done its thing and all dry. So I can weld my little patch in there. And then I need to figure out what's going on with the upper corner of this and weld it in and get all the rust out of there. So basically today I'm gonna get this panel in. First thing is clean this up a little where I need to weld it and weld that patch in and move on with the rest of this floor patch. You know, that patch there's in, looks pretty good, and the rest of it don't look too bad. Still got that little corner up there, but this is you can see my gap all the way around here. Looks like I'm gonna have to, this is way too high. I think it's hitting this frame right here. I'll have to beat that down a little bit. I've got way too big a gap in it. I mean, as far as I would think something would be good. I don't know what I'm gonna do right here. I think might just weld that right over the top. Kind of stuck in there now. I'm not sure whether I'll cut a little piece out of this corner here. That might be best. Just cut it straight and over and not try to worry about this round spot. I can weld it, of course. I don't guess it's going to make much difference. It'll be good from the top. I do have some pretty good gaps in here, and I think I need to beat this crease out of right here. I think that's why it's going up, because it's flush right here. I think I'll just flatten that out. Hopefully I won't tweak it too much. This has got some gaps in it, but I can weld that up good with rod. Same thing up in front. Bigger gaps than I would have liked, but it wasn't that easy to cut it and match it. So I'll work on this a little bit, see what I can do. First I'll lower that corner, get that ridge out of it, try to get that all flat across there, and decide what I'll do up there in that right corner. Alright, there it's in and tacked all the way around. I've got some pretty good gaps here in the back, up at the front, well, basically everywhere, but I've got it pretty straight. I mean, as far as flush goes. It was kind of a big, clumsy piece, and don't look like anything went anywhere. It's all pretty tight. So now I just have to press on with my some welding rod and start filling up these cracks. Well, it's going along pretty good here, and really making a mess trying to weld up that patch. Big old gap. Run out of wire, so I changed my thing. I've got a hole up there, and I had 2 or 3 rolls of wire and they got all rusty. So I pulled another one down. It was all covered with rust. I took a drill and a wire brush to it. I cleaned it up best I could and put a lot of WD-40 on it. The last time I did that, it was welded really bad for quite a while till it got past all that rust. So I'm ready to start again. I think I'll continue back here in the back. I got some new prescription glasses, and can't really see very well with them through that welding helmet, and my reading glasses not real good, and I've got a pair of magnifiers here that go in the helmet. So I'm just trying to get it where I can see well. I'll just weld that piece of rod in there. I think I'll hammer this down before I finish welding it. We'll see what I can do anyway. Anyway, I'm just trying to get this flush best I can. Yeah, this wire is just so bad it won't even feed. I'm gonna try to take a couple layers off here. See if I can save it. Yeah, I took off 3-4 layers of it. I'm starting to get some pretty good looking copper in there. It's still not right. Looks like about half of the roll, 3/4 of the roll is pretty bad rusted still. Took my wire brush to it again. I'll see if I can put this in and hopefully it'll feed. So don't get your wire in the water, it'll ruin it. Well, trying to weld that bad wire, it's just really not working out very well at all. I'm starting to get into some of the good wire, but it's just glarping and not really a smooth arc, not feeding properly. But I'm just pressing on here, trying to use it up, at least get it past where all that rusty part is. I'll have a lot of grinding to do on this. It don't look too bad considering, but sure is really a bad patch job. I cut the hole too big is what I did, or I didn't cut the pan big enough, however you want to look at it. I caught this stuff on fire. Yeah, I've soaked it all down with water now. A little spark got on it, and then I slapped it with my hand and tried to knock it out. And of course that melted carpet just stuck to it and burnt me pretty good. But word to the wise, you know, get all the carpet out before you start welding. Have plenty of water ready, so I'll just press on here with what I got, try to patch up some of them bigger holes with this bad rod. Well, that was a nightmare, but I did get it all welded in. I had stripped about a half of that thing of wire out. It's still not welding right. Yeah, but at least I got the panel in and mostly welded. I need to grind it down and patch my pinholes. I don't know what it's going to look like from the bottom. Probably terrible, because I know I had a lot of wire go through the holes there that probably look like a porcupine on the other side. But as far as getting the panel in, it's in flush all the way around. This side here's it welded pretty good actually. Anyway, that's enough for today. I'll grind it down and patch it up tomorrow. The wire's coming through a little better, so I should have some luck. Well, there it is. I patched up all the holes, pinholes and stuff. Might have a couple left in it, I just couldn't see. Ground it all down. It's been all day grinding. I went and got some new rods, so my welder worked a lot better. And I've got some seam sealer, and I'm gonna just squeegee that stuff on there, and I'll let it dry, and then I'll probably put a little Bondo on it. Maybe not, maybe the seam sealer will be good enough, but floorboard should be done. Well, I couldn't find the pump thing for my seam sealer, so what I did, I just spray undercoated this real good in here. And I'm sure that'll definitely seal it. I didn't do the whole thing, but I did everything where it was welded or so. Anyway, Mr. Floor Pan's in and sealed. I still don't know what I'm going to do about the carpet underlayment or any of that stuff, but for right now I just get out of these fumes. So that's kind of a done deal. 2 days of work.